a particular person at each of the sites that have also been given your logins in case you did not receive an email. But if you are going to be attending this training module, you should have received an email from our district IT providing you with a little spreadsheet of instructions that give you your name, your web advisor ID, your employee ID, and some instructions on to how to access the college email. And so the college email is important because anything that is communicated through Canvas goes to your college email. So if you do have a training site email, you're also able to forward your college emails to your training site. So if that was like your priority email, we can help you set that up at a later date. I know some of the training sites know how to forward your, multiple emails to one particular email. You can do that. Just so that you are in communication and you do receive anything that is sent through Canvas. Not that anything or a lot of information is sent through Canvas to your college email, and not that it's important that you check your college email. Anything that is communicated to the training sites is then sent to you, because we understand that you report to your training site. Anything that we need from you will go through one of the administrators at your sites. So with that said, I just wanted to quickly go through what this training, this 30-hour training encompasses, what we're looking at when you're starting to train. And so one area that we cover is a regular and effective contact. As you've transitioned to a remote environment, it is important that whether you're doing it completely online or a remote live, I know many of the sites are doing something like conferencing face-to-face, that we are able to track and trace how we communicate with our students regularly, that we're having the one-to-one that compares to what initially we would be doing a face-to-face. And so setting up a strategy or a plan on how that is being done in your classroom is important, especially at the college level. With a lot of online courses, the state really looks at our communication and our dialogue with to be audited. So it's important that we all just know and are able to identify and plan that type of communication with our students. We also go into FERPA, which is the Privacy Act, and so we want to make sure that as we communicate with students that we do not say anything or release information that would go against any Privacy Act clauses. Along with that, we have the American and Disabilities Act, which we want to make sure that any type of modality that we do instruct our classes, that we are cognizant of all of our students. If they need any special any special accommodations, that we're able to do that even though we are in a different modality. What those accommodations are, where can they go to find these types of accommodations. Just because we are doing a remote and we're not face-to-face and they're not on our training sites, it is important that we still are able to find a way to accommodate those students that do need some type of special accommodations. And so we can work with our administrators, and our administrators can work with us to see how we can provide the student with what they need to be successful at your training. And lastly, it briefly covers instructional technology, so how to use different online technologies, including our Canvas online platform. So because you all are instructors of the college, when a course is scheduled under your name, you do have access to Canvas, which is an online tool used to deliver course instruction. So you'll quickly learn how to, or briefly learn how to maneuver just the more important aspects of creating and communicating with your students any instructional materials. Also, along with that, you learn to use other tools like Zoom, its integrated platforms within Canvas, and a lot of other neat tools that you can activate within Canvas that you can use to help facilitate any instruction with your students. So that's just one area that will cover. So it's a 4 components to the training. It is, the bare minimum of what we need to be in compliance with the state for us to be able to teach in this remote environment without having an online certification. So, this is just covering us until the end of December through our emergency distance education addendum. If in fact after December and this emergency guidance does not get extended, if we did want to continue anything completely online, we would need to have the instructors certified, completely certified online, which is a different course. And in addition, our courses that would be offered completely online would need a distance education addendum. So for any instructors, that's probably a little too much, but for the administrators, it's just a review and we can chat more about that. If at any time you have any questions, you can feel free to contact me or your administrator, which would then contact us directly. But at this time, does anybody have any questions as to what this 30-hour training in essence will cover? I've also provided the quick agenda of what areas, the 4 areas I covered, a little more in depth of what is covered in the training as the instructors are going through it. So if they have any questions or you have questions about this, we can be sure to address them if it needs to be through an email. So this has been attached to the meeting invite for all the administrators that are joining. So you can feel free to share it with anyone you like. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce Amanda Carpenter, who will take us step by step on how the instructors will be accessing this training. So if you do have questions on how to get them started, this is a great time where she will go step by step. So if you want to take some notes, I will also be creating a guide to reflect these steps and be sending it out no later than tomorrow evening so that you have that as well.
Perfect. Thank you. That was a beautiful outline there. And I understand this might be completely brand new for most of you, but don't worry, that's what the training is for. So we developed this training after, of course, the campus shut down, but we've built it upon our actual certification process and a couple other useful tools for you. So it's really supposed to be a resource for you guys. So even if you won't be teaching fully online, I promise it will be helpful. So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to get to Canvas because I realize this is probably your first time logging in. The good news is you do all have Canvas accounts, whether you knew it or not. So I did enroll you guys all in the course. You may have gotten a course invitation email from Canvas. If you didn't, I can show you where to access it and you'll be able to find it. Once you log into Canvas, I'll show you kind of how to navigate Canvas as well. Please jump in at any time while I'm kind of showing you this if you have questions, if something's not clear, because I want you guys to all feel comfortable after this. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull up the college website, and then I will share my screen.
Yes.
All right. Actually, let me... Okay, so here is our college website, sccollege.edu. For those of you that have never logged into Canvas before, you go ahead and click the Canvas icon up at the top. So Canvas login is the same as your WebAdvisor ID and password. So don't use your email address, it's your WebAdvisor ID. I think Estella mentioned that you guys all should have gotten an email. If you didn't get that email and you need help locating what your WebAdvisor ID is, you can actually click over here to WebAdvisor and then say login and what's my WebAdvisor login. So if you're not sure about that process, you can go ahead and check here, or you can email me and I'll be able to look that up for you as well. Okay. So once you get to this screen here, I do want to backtrack real quickly here. from the Canvas login page, I do have this handy dandy link here of faculty and staff online resources. So you guys are always welcome to attend any of my workshops that I have on here. Unfortunately, today I'm doing my last workshop for summer, but I'm going to be doing a fall schedule. So if you do want to learn about some more resources and like methods for best practices of remote instruction and online teaching, you can view that here, as well as some additional resources covered beyond what's in the course. So going back to Canvas, you click Login and then enter your web advisor. So the web advisor, it's your first and last initial, and then it's a 5-digit number, and then your same password. So it's going to be your same password as your email address. Right. So I apologize if you hear noise in the background. I have 2 puppies, and this is about the time they decide to get all rambunctious and play with. Okay. So I have a bunch of course cards on my dashboard here. You guys may see more than one, but you will for sure see this one. This is the remote learning workshop. And so this is where you guys will click into. So this is your dashboard. If you don't see cards, if you don't see any cards on here, there is a possibility that you might see a list view. So if you log into Canvas and it looks kind of funky, like you don't see anything there, come up here to the top, click the 3 dots and click card view, because that's what we're looking for. So you're going to locate the remote learning workshop. Once you click on that, you then gain access to the course. So Canvas, let me go ahead and switch over to student view so you guys will see exactly what you will see. So here's what you guys will see. So we've made this very simple so you know exactly where to go. So basically the way that Canvas works for those of you brand new to the online learning environment is module based. So module is basically like the meat of the course essentially. So everything that Estella touched upon, those different units, those are modules. So there's a module on there's a module on the laws and policies. There's a module on designing your online class, as well as ADA formatting, engagement, everything she touched upon. So once you guys get in here, you can go ahead and begin at the orientation and just start clicking through. So you read the material and click next. So the way that this course is set up is there's one quiz at the end that covers everything. So this is one, I apologize.
So I'll jump in real quick. When Amanda went ahead and said that you log in with your web advisor ID, since all of you have recently been activated and given that information, that instruction sheet to log in notates that your initial password to log in is composed of your date of birth, and there's a particular sequence in which you would key it in. If at then you would like to change it, you can, but that would be your default password is your date of birth, and it is found in that instruction sheet that was emailed from our IT department. Again, if you're not able to locate that, your curriculum training administrator at the training site has that information, or you can ask them and they can reach out to me and I can provide that to them. And we would be able to provide you the web advisor ID, which is your key number to log in to access your SEC email and also your Canvas account through our site. So, is there anyone that has not received this instruction sheet from IT?
I didn't get one.
What's the name on that?
Craig Casamas.
Estella, he was included in that packet I sent to the Orange campus this week, so he's actually one of the 4 instructors that's included in that mailing I sent you.
Okay, so if you have not been fully hired through us and you probably did not receive it yet, so as soon as all of that goes through, we can arrange to get you access to the training modules. So since that was just mailed, it might take a couple weeks, Craig. So we'll work from there and keep in touch with Mike. Is there anybody else that has not received the instruction sheet from IT? Perfect. So go. I'll hand it over to Amanda if she's ready.
Yeah, I apologize about that. Dogs are outside now, so they won't be a problem. So now that we're back in the course here, so basically, like I said, you guys are going to get started. You can either click on modules or click get started to do the orientation or access workshop modules down below here. And then, yeah, you're going to click through all of the content. And there is one quiz, and when you get to module 2, there are some tech tasks, is what we call them. So all of the tech tasks are going to be performed in your e-portfolio, is what we call. So there is going to be one more card on your dashboard, and it's going to say remote learning e-portfolio. So it's going to be a blank canvas shell for you guys. So the whole point of that is to give you the applied practice of actually building your course within Canvas. So you're going to follow along with these tech tasks here. We're going to guide you through how to make a home page, how to publish your sandbox, and then when you get through it, you're going to have actually your own module in your course, okay? And so going through this whole process, as you guys are taking this course, if you have questions along the way, feel free to contact me. That's what I'm here for. So if you're like, hey, I keep reading how to create this module, but I can't quite get it, just contact me. I can set up a one-on-one Zoom with you, and we can go over it. But that's pretty much it. Everything you need to access is in the modules area, and you just start at the top and then just click your way through. Does anybody have any questions on the overall format of Canvas? It's pretty straightforward.
So Amanda, just a quick question. It is self-paced. So I just want to confirm and you know, let everyone know that it's self-paced. There is, you know, if we needed, you know, if one of the training sites wanted to know what the progress was on the instructors, could we request some type of progress check, or would you be able to pull that information out?
Oh yeah, definitely. So this does look like a lot of content, could be overwhelming first look, but I just want to point out that these little pages right here, this is just content. So when you see that, that's for you to read. This right here, there's one quiz, and then the activities are this little pencil here. So there's 1, 2, it looks like there's about three activities, 4, 5. So there's really not that many actual physical activities. The more it's very just informational for you guys to just guide you through all of this, what we're doing right now. So there's another one there. So basically you read through this content and then you answer or you create the assignment. So yeah, every time you guys submit something, I get a notification, as well as Scott James, the distance ed coordinator, and then we will go in and grade. So if you do have a question on like who's completed something, I can definitely provide that information to you. But it may not be, like you see there's an assignment after a whole bunch of like reading and stuff, so it may not be completed all at once. Right. And then we do have some optional modules down here at the bottom that we've taken from the rest of our instructional, the instructional design part of our online teaching certification, just if you guys wanted to learn more.
Great, thank you. Does anybody have any questions at this point? I know it's just a brief overview on how to access the material, just to be acquainted with what the college is looking for and how we can better prepare just for our students, and just to be cautious and make sure that we're in alignment with making sure that we don't, you know, do something that is going to cause students to be upset or you know, for equity purposes. But is everyone okay or have any questions? Nope.
I have a question. I beat Jason. It is self-paced, but what is our timeline? What's our deadline to have all the stuff done?
So we're looking to, so our initial intent is that when we resubmit our information to the state up at the chancellor's office at the end of the semester in December, that we could provide a list of everyone that has been trained at the bare minimum. And so really, let's say the end of November, so in December we have that information to pull and provide to our chancellor's office when we resubmit our reflection on our MOUs for the emergency blanket addendum. Is that doable?
It's approximately 30 hours too, just in most of it, as you saw us reading.
Estella, that helps me. At least I can report to the director. And I know the other administrators need to hear this, so that's good news for us. Thank you.
And is at the end of November okay? Let's say I can work with Mike and Ray to kind of look at that information if you wanted it before or after, but we would just need it so that we can report out at the end of the year. Perfect. Any other questions? I think there was another question.
Yeah, you spoke earlier about an email that was sent out, and I don't see that I received that email also. Do you know how long ago that was?
What training site are you with?
The operating engineers.
And your name? It would have been 2 weeks ago.
Oh, so okay, maybe I wasn't looking far enough back. But my name is Jason Smith.
Okay, I'll look it up and resend you the information if you cannot locate it. But also Mike has your web advisor ID as well.
I sent that out yesterday, Jason. Estella, I think it came after ITS upgraded the servers over at the campus, and we weren't receiving external emails but I did receive it to my school email, so I did forward it to the instructors yesterday, and Jason will get with everybody here in the attendance how to get that set up and how to use it and log into Instructure.
Okay, perfect.
I didn't see the attached outline in that email too that you guys were saying should be attached on that in the beginning of the Zoom.
To the meeting invite?
Yeah, in the email, one of you had said that outline that you were showing us of what we're going to be doing was attached, and it is not attached in my email.
Let's see, what training site are you with?
Operating Engineers Training Trust.
Okay. So Mike, the agenda I just provided was attached to the initial meeting invite. So since your instructors did not receive the official meeting invite and you just provided the meeting login, they did not receive it. So Mike would probably be able to forward that to you.
Once we terminate, I'll go ahead and forward that out to the employees. I'll take care of that, Stella. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Perfect. So like I said, feel free to reach out to Mike, Ray, Roger, Jackie at the training sites or directly to myself. And then if you have any questions, Mike and Ray and Roger, I could provide you Amanda's contact so that if instructors had any questions with Canvas or the training modules, we can ask her directly to help with those questions and move from there. So, you know, if you have any technical questions or you're missing your logins or your logins are not working, feel free to reach out and we'll get that cleared and help you get that situated. But in the meantime, I do want to thank you for taking your time to just briefly cover through how to access this. And I look forward to working with each one of you and getting us all just trained so that we can provide better instruction to our students through this very difficult pandemic, you know, not expected times. I know even just in the training sites, it's just much more difficult since we do a lot of hands-on. Affects us all around. I know on campus we have our CTE programs that just like you really is important to be face-to-face but need to transition some way to offer the instruction in other modalities. And so just for being flexible and being able to do that, we want to thank you, and we'll continue working with each one of you. So I hope you have a great rest of your day today.
Thank you, Estella. Thank you, Amanda.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thanks.
Thanks, Stella, Amanda. Talk to you soon.
Okay, take care. Thank you, Amanda. I'll keep in touch with you.
Sounds good.